Good morning, guys. Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see y'all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me on this Wednesday morning. Great morning to Autumn, Jacqueline, Maggie, Mason. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Alex, great morning to you. Kat, great morning to you. Y'all are amazing, and I appreciate you. We're going to continue our conversation today on my client conversion formula. I'm giving you guys my exact eight-step process for how you can convert social media interactions into paying clients. We started this conversation yesterday. I'm going to bring you right on board today. In case you missed yesterday, no worries. I'll recap you. And in case you were with me yesterday, you're going to know exactly what we're leading into today, and hopefully you're ready for that. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday. Good morning to all of y'all. Kat, great morning to you. Jacqueline, great morning to you. Stephanie, what's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. Autumn, good morning to you. Appreciate you being here as well. It's no problem, Autumn. I'll get you caught up. You're good. All right, so we're going to be talking about our client conversion formula. And again, guys, this is my exact 8-step process for how I personally convert social media interactions into paying clients. It's kind of a fun way to approach this conversation today. I've taught this subject before, but when I've taught this subject before, I've tried to pack the entire conversation into one broadcast, and it usually tends to run an hour to 90 minutes. It's just too much in one broadcast. So I'm actually taking the subject and breaking it down over 3 days. And I'm doing it kind of in workshop style. So I'm teaching you what, I'm teaching you why, and then I want you to do the work today. So I'm going to give you some thoughts, some things to work on today. I want you to do that work today, and then meet me right back here tomorrow for the finale of this conversation. And I promise you, if you do this work, it will work for you. Not only have I been doing this myself for years, but I teach my clients to do this, and it works for them as well. So it's a very flawless process. It just does require some brain work and a little bit of planning and mapping. All right, so all you guys that know me, you know who I am, you know how I roll. I would love to have you hit that share button and invite your crew into the broadcast. Get anybody in here that you think may want to hang out with us and take part in this conversation this morning, all right? And then if anybody's brand new, if you've never seen me before, if you have no idea who I am, first of all, welcome. I would love to greet you into the broadcast and say hello. If you want to give me a hashtag first time and let me know if it is the first time you've ever seen me, I would love to say hello, and my crew would love to make you feel welcome. So let me know if it is the first time you've ever joined in with us. And then lastly, guys, I appreciate every single one of y'all that is checking this out on the replay. Those guys that are on the replay, I would love for you to know that you can still comment and interact with this broadcast. I would love for you to give me a hashtag replay. Even those guys that are on YouTube, drop some comments, let me know you were here, and I very much appreciate you. All right, on that note, guys, we're gonna roll, because I do not waste my time, and I choose not to waste yours. So let's jam. All right, y'all, that is who I am. That is what I do. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your idea into a profitable and sustainable brand that rises up in this challenging digital marketplace to draw in the 21st century consumers that want and need what you have to offer. Guys, I broadcast live every single weekday morning from Tuesday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hooking you guys up with business building tips, hacks, and principles, anything I can give you to help you grow your business, expand your ministry, bring your vision to life, and grow that brand of yours online in this digital marketplace. All right. Great morning to you, Richard. Nice to see you, buddy. Jennifer, good morning to you. Linda, good morning to you. Can I get everybody to give me a good morning in the chat stream with a whole bunch of your favorite emojis? If you are awake, ready to go, and ready to learn, give me a good morning in the chat stream, will you please? All right. Let's dive into this thing, y'all. We're talking client conversion formula, my exact 8-step process for how I convert social media interactions into paying clients. All right. I'm going to be going through steps 3, 4, and 5 today. I covered steps 1 and 2 yesterday. If you missed yesterday, it's all right. I'm going to catch you up and tell you where you should be at. You might need to do a little bit of extra work today because we're teaching this workshop style. So I'm giving you a couple of key points each day, and then I want you to take those points, work with them, learn from them, and then we're going to wrap up this conversation tomorrow. Jamie, good morning to you. Richard, appreciate you, buddy. Aaron, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Celia, great morning to you. Y'all are amazing. I'm going to give you my quote of the day. day. My quote of the day today is by Tiffani Bova. I shared this one yesterday. I'm going to share it again today. Tiffani says, how you sell matters. What you sell matters, but how your customers feel when they engage with you is what trumps everything else. Purchase decisions are driven by feeling. I'm going to say that one more time. How you sell matters. What you sell matters, but how your customers feel when they engage with you is what trumps everything else. Purchase decisions are driven by feelings. So what we're talking a lot about this week as I take you through this process is I'm sharing with you what's necessary, what thought process is necessary to really stir up the right emotions in the people that you know you can attract and the people that you have something to offer to sell to. So yesterday, steps 1 and 2. Step 1 was we talked about how attraction begins with definition. If you say you saw my title, my broadcast, you clicked on this video and you said, yeah, I want to come in and listen to that video because the title of my video said how to turn social media interactions into paying clients. And you're like, I want to do that. I want to learn how to turn my social media interactions into paying clients. And if I'm guessing that a lot of you are in this place where you're really tired and exhausted of spending a lot of time and a lot of energy doing a lot of posts and a lot of videos and a lot of stuff, and you feel like you have very little to show for it. Some of you feel like you're completely invisible. Some of you guys feel like you've been doing this way too long not to have more bankroll coming in right now. Some of you guys feel like you have way too good of content, way too good of product for more people not to be coming in and looking at it. So there's a lot of frustration that comes along with social media, and I can relate to it because I've been through all of it. But so you're like, all right, I want to learn how to turn my everyday social media interactions into paying clients. I want to learn how to make great posts, be strategic with my content, do great lives, and really attract these people into something that I know will help them. Somebody want to give me an amen to that? Am I reading your mail this morning? I'm like, is that how you feel? I'm like, I want to learn how to be better on social media so that I get more clients, get more connections, get more influence, and make an impact in the people, in the lives of the people that I want to serve. So when I have that thought process, going back to the very beginning of, I see this title, Justin says, how to turn social media interactions into paying clients. I want to learn how to do that. We have to start from the end. The end is the beginning. All right. So before we can talk about how we're going to attract anybody to your offer, we got to understand what we're selling and who we're selling it to. So this number 1 that I gave yesterday, attraction begins with definition. The challenge that I gave to my crew yesterday, if you watched me live, was what are you going to focus on in this season? I want to make this point. I spent a ton of time on this yesterday, but I want to continue hammering this home, that every one of us have a niche, a specialty that we're in, right? This is my niche, this is my lane. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist. I help startup entrepreneurs develop businesses from their ideas, from their thoughts, from their giftings. That's what I do. That's my lane. That's my niche. I help people start businesses, all right? Branding is my specialty. I have a very specific target audience. I know exactly who I serve. If you ask me who I serve, I would tell you I serve goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. That's who I work with. That's global, my umbrella audience. But while that's a specific audience for me, that's who I know, who I work with. I know that within that audience, there's going to be different people, different things, different struggles, different frustrations. So, there may be a group of my audience that's really, really struggling with mindset and discipline and focus right now. And so they really need help with that element of being a business owner. Then I might have another chunk of my audience, my same audience. I might have another chunk of my audience that's like, you know what, I'm fine on the mindset and the focus thing. I'm just really not sure strategy-wise what I should be doing. I'm feeling stuck because I don't know what to do, and I just need some guidance in some direction. Then I might have some other people that have guidance and direction, and they've been in business for a while, and they're like, I just need to know how to scale. How do I get bigger? How do I get more? How do I raise my prices? How do I get more strategic with my brand? How do I add additional income streams? So all of those people still fall in my same target audience of goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting and want to build a business from it. But within that audience, they have different needs. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat room if that makes sense. I was talking to one of my clients yesterday who's an amazing mom mentor. She's a certified life coach, mom mentor, and she really specializes in creating systems and structure for households and for moms and helps coach moms to be better moms, leaders of their household. She's got a variety of different ways that she spins that. But one of the things she's also incredibly good at and very, very very, very gifted in is homeschooling. So we were having a conversation, the same conversation with her yesterday, and I was telling her, you know, you've got this audience of moms that look up to you and that you can serve them. You can help them with systems. You can help them with their kids. You can help them with their marriage. You can help them with their household. You can help them with all these things. I'm like, but right now I feel like the homeschool thing is a thing. I think that there's probably, of all the topics that you have, that one is highly relevant because there's a whole bunch of parents right now that are wondering what the heck they're going to do with their kids come fall. And I think you could really help a lot of people with that. So she said to me, and she asked a great question or made a statement that's relevant to a lot of the confusion that I was getting from people's comments yesterday. She's like, yeah, I guess I could. She's like, I really love the idea of focusing in on the homeschool conversation. She's like, but how do I create my content in a way where I don't alienate people who don't want to homeschool, or maybe they already are homeschooling? I'm like, this is what I need you to get. All of you, I want you to get this. All right, put hashtag listening in the chat stream if you're listening to me. I want you to get this, okay? Because this is so important. And I realize, I think in the past couple of days I've seen, I know this myself, but I see that so many people don't get this. When you're a content creator, when you're a marketer, you've got to learn that your audience will flow in segments. All right. So there's segments of your audience, just as I described. You have a target audience. That's great. But just defining a target audience and trying to market to a target audience is not strategic enough. You've got to understand that there's different needs within your target audience, and you've got to choose when you're going to focus and when you're going to work towards those different needs. So to my client's question that she asked me yesterday, she's like, well, I really love the idea of focusing in on homeschooling, but what about all the other people that don't need that information right now? It doesn't matter. All right, listen. I'm a branding strategist. I'm a home business coach. I teach a lot of different things. If you've paid attention to me for a long period of time, you know that usually each week I have a theme. All right. This week my theme is is really social media marketing. That's my theme this week. Last week my theme was all about mindset. And actually the week before I spent a lot of week on mindset because we got a lot of noise going on in the world right now. A lot of distractions, a lot of frustrations, a lot of fear, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of people feeling stuck and not knowing what to do. So over the past couple weeks, I've felt heavy in my heart that I really need to spend a lot of time having conversations around mindset and focus and discipline to help people get out of that place that they've been stuck in for a long time. So when I'm creating content, I have an urge in my gut to feel that I really need to focus on mindset and direct people in the conversation of mindset. When I do that, I don't say to myself, well, what about the people that don't need help with mindset? I guess I could try to add a few points in there to the people that are feeling good with them. No, I'm not going to dilute my message to try to appeal to everybody. All right? Because everybody every day is not my audience. Good morning, Kim. I'm going to say that again. Everybody every day is not my audience. I have to decide if I want to get really effective and really strategic with my content and with my social media process. I need to be narrow focused on who exactly I'm speaking to this week. So to get this summary, basically, when you're creating content, my mission every day when I create brand new content and I come out here to do live videos is not to speak to my entire audience. I'm not trying to get my entire audience in a broadcast today because there's a whole bunch of people, and I got a whole bunch of people in my mind right now. As I was creating this content, I'm like, they're probably not going to join any of my lives next week. And that's okay because they don't need this because I've already taught them this in phone conversations. They've got it. They can do some work. But this week, I want to talk to people who are really trying to figure this out. And then next week, I'm going to come up with a whole new series of content that I'm going to be bringing out that may or may not apply to you. You may see my content next week. You may, I think I'm good on that. Let me just get to work on my business and do some stuff. Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the chat stream if that makes sense. So being singular in your focus when you're creating content is crucial to attracting social media interactions to becoming paying clients. Because if you are so broad and broad brushed across everybody that pays attention to you, you'll never be specific enough to get people to really have an emotional impact to be like, man, I think I want more about that. All right. So that was a long conversation, but I needed to nail that one. All right. So Who are you going to focus on in this season? So turning that back to you, the question that I put out to you yesterday is, what are you wanting to focus on? Who are you wanting to focus on in this season? Specifically, within your target audience, what gift do you have? What idea do you have? What specialty do you have? What thing can you focus on in this season that you're like, this is relevant? My audience needs this right now. This is a struggle. This is timely. This is something that I know I can help with. I want to narrow in on that right now. Doesn't mean it's your forever. It just means it's your right now. All right? It means it's your right now. So then the second piece of that is once you define what you want to focus on. So, if I'm going to focus on mindset and discipline, that's one area. Or if I want to focus on content strategy and sales acquisition, that's one area. Or if I want to focus on branding strategy and positioning, that's one area. All right. So each of those things are different lanes for me, but all of them apply to my global target audience. Okay. Love it. Novika says that's good. I needed to know that was okay. Yes. And not only is it not okay, but it's necessary. And a lot of people don't get this. A lot, a lot of influencers don't teach this. They teach you define your target audience and go out and get to work on it. But then people are like, how? I think probably one of the number one questions that I get all the time is how to create content. What do I share? How do I stay relevant? How do I keep coming up with new content? And one of the number one reasons why people struggle with that is because they're trying to speak globally to everybody. But as soon as you say to yourself, this is my target audience, these are the type of things that they need help with. You start making yourself a list of all the things. For me, my target audience is goal-driven individuals who have a very specific gifting that serves a very specific type of clientele, and they have a desire to build a business from it. Perfect. What do those people struggle with? Some of them struggle with mindset and discipline. Some of them will struggle with strategy and execution. Some of them need clarity. Some of them have a lack of vision. Some of them have fear and self-sabotage. Some of them need to know how to really create great systems to leverage. Some of them need their branding done. Some of them need to know how to scale. Some of them need to know how to do extra income. So I can make all these lists, and then every one of those are focus areas that I can create content to target. Right? Because if you think if every single day, think about this, y'all. Just park your pens for a second. Can we just park our pens for a second? I've been doing this for a long time. I've been teaching content for a long time. Been doing lives for 4.5 years. Okay, every day. So I'm a startup business mentor and I'm a branding strategist. That is what I do. That is who I am. If every single day my broadcasts were focused on just how do I just talk to startup business owners about how to start a business, or if all I ever talked about was branding. Imagine if every video I ever did was about branding. That's all I ever talked about, different angles of branding. It would get old really fast, right? You'd get bored, because what do you want? I want the meat. Give me the stuff that I need. Tell me how to write a value proposition. Tell me how to write a business plan. Tell me exactly what I need to do to have a great 5-figure launch. Tell me what I need to do to run a successful 7-day challenge. Tell me what I need to do to create a great bio for my website. Tell me how to do great SEO. How do I get a build website? What's a great way to build an app? You want specifics. You want to know, give me something that I can use today. Give me something that'll make me better today. Is that right? I mean, is that accurate? You want the meat, because that's how I am. I'm like, I don't like people that stay on the surface. I want to, if I want to spend time, if I'm going to commit my time and energy to absorbing content and learning from someone, then I want you to give me something that I can take away, that I can go use it and apply it and benefit from it, right? In some way. So this is the conversation around your content. That's why we need to get specific and you need to get narrow, and that's where attraction starts to happen. So once you narrow down what you're going to focus on, the second thing I discussed yesterday is who needs this. And so once you say, this is what I want to narrow in on, this is who I want to focus on right now, this is the process, or this is the target that I want to have in this season, then you ask yourself, who needs this? So those are the big things that we talked about yesterday, is what are we focusing on, and who needs that thing, okay? Let's dive into our 3 points today. I know I just spent 20 minutes on that, but I think it's necessary. I just want to make sure you're crystal clear, because the beginning of this process is the most important. You've got to get the beginning before you can go through the end. All right, that's a true statement. Jacqueline says most broadcasters tell you what to do, but not how to do it. Exactly. I love that. Thank you, Jacqueline. All right. So number 3, these are the 3 points I'm giving you today. Number 3 is to define their emotional pain points. All right. So we've hopefully by now, or you're going to today, establish what is my focus area. What do I want to narrow in on right now? What do I want to be my target area for my content right now? Establish that. Then you establish who needs that. What type of person needs what I'm selling? What's their life look like? So number 3 is define their emotional pain points. What are they dealing with? What am I dealing with? So let's say my focus is I'm going to focus in on content, strategy, and sales. This is really kind of what I'm doing this week. I'm focusing on how to turn social media interactions into paying clients. So if I'm going to focus on content, strategy, and sales, who needs this? People who needs this are content creators that need help with marketing and selling a signature program. People that maybe are just getting started out and not sure how to interact on social media. People that maybe have been on social media for a long time, but they haven't converted any results and they're feeling frustrated. Those are all people that I'm serving. So if I say, all right, what are their emotional pain points? Let's think about you guys. Think about the things that you're dealing with. If you're trying to figure this out, what are your emotional pain points? Frustration, overwhelm, irritation, probably. Lack of belief. Some people are starting to believe it. Is this really possible for me? So lack of belief. Is this ever going to work? Will this ever happen for me? Doubt. Exhaustion. Give me some words, will you? How do you feel when you're working on social media and putting time and energy into social media, and then you're not getting the results that you were hoping for? How do you feel about social media? Put some words that you think apply to this. Exhaustion. So I've got frustration, overwhelm, irritation, lack of belief, doubt, exhaustion, fear maybe, confusion. Thank you, Maddie. Burnout, Aaron. Yep, absolutely. Burnout, confused, burnout. Yep. What else you got? That about sums it up. I mean, just from my example, so tired, discouraged. Discouraged is another one. Yep. Excellent words. Yep. Discouraged. Doubt. Yep. Anxiety. Over it. Novica. Yeah. Right. So this is where we're at. Right. We can all agree on this. This is how you're feeling. So it's easy for you to identify those feelings that you have about this conversation. Right. So same process. What you need to do is you need to say whatever you are wanting to focus on for your audience, whatever your focus area is. Whatever you say, you know what, I want to lead them to that. I want to be able to sell that. I want to be able to lead them to a program or a solution about that. What are those people struggling with? So again, if I'm going to say, so if I'm going to focus on, if my focus area right now is going to be content, strategy, and sales, the people that I'm talking to are content creators who need help marketing and selling their services and their programs. And then what you always want to have an idea in your mind of what you want to lead them to. All right. What is that program that you want to lead them to? So when I'm thinking about that person, I got to think about what are they dealing with. So for you, you need to make that list of words for yourself. What is that person that you can help, that is feeling a certain type of way? What are their issues? What are their pain points? What are their struggles? And just make a list. So I've got frustration, overwhelm, irritation, lack of belief, doubt, exhaustion, fear, confusion, burnout, discouraged, lack of results, amongst others. All right. Lack of results is a good one too. All right. So define their emotional pain points. That's step 3. Step 4 is you're going to design your emotional triggers. So let me put triggers in the chat stream. Design your emotional triggers. All right. Now, this is what I mean by this. While we know Bonnie says, I'm a life coach. Should I be giving them the small solutions for day to day? I think it doesn't matter to me that you're a life coach, Bonnie. Everybody has a skill. So I'm not worried about the life coach doesn't play into it. It's more you're a marketer. Everybody who steps into the social marketplace to market their products and solutions is a marketer. So whatever your background is, whether you're a coach or whether you're a fitness pro, whether you're a direct sales, whatever, doesn't matter what you are. Everyone, when you step onto social media, you're a marketer. So as a marketer has to be very in tune with their audience, and they have to learn how to bend with their audience and figure out what their audience likes. All right. So there's no one size fits all. So I wouldn't tell you, Bonnie, well, what you need to do is just focus on real small tips day to day to day and just do that and you'll be great, because that may not work. For some people that works, for other people it doesn't. I know people that do just a quick 2-minute tip of the day, and then they tie email strategy into that. They have funnels that tie into that, but they run their business off 2-minute tips a day. I got people like for myself, I do between 30 and 60-minute video sessions every day. Some people are like, I can't do that, Justin. I'm like, don't do it then. That's just the way I do. This is how I do it. And I've been doing these long videos, and I've had some people, Justin, your videos are too long. Okay, well, don't watch them then. And why don't you do them shorter? Why don't you do them in 10 to 20 minutes? Because when I'm going to do a live video and I'm going to plan content, I don't want to just come out here and just give you a Band-Aid. I want to come out here and tell you everything that you need to know about that particular subject, so you have all the information you need to go out and do what you need to do. I'm coming out here to give you thick, meaty content that you can take with it. And the people that know me well and follow me know me that committing an hour to my content every day is worth it, because I'll absolutely change your world if you take what I teach you and you apply it. So everybody's got to kind of figure out your own mechanism on how you share content, where you share content, and there's really no one size fits all approach as to what's a great content process. Everyone has to kind of figure out their own process. All right. So when you define their emotional pain points, you get this vision for what all your audience's struggles are. Then you say to yourself, all right, so now we need to define our emotional trigger. To design your emotional trigger. And this is what I mean by this. Thank you, all you guys. I appreciate you. Designing your emotional trigger is I'm recognizing these are all the things that my audience is feeling and dealing with. What emotional trigger can I design to offset their negative emotion? All right. So for example, clarity is a trigger, positive trigger for me, and it's intentional. So let me give you a couple ideas here. So first of all, clarity is a big one. Vision is a second big one. Clarity, vision, confidence. Those are my three. Those are my triggers. Clarity, vision, and confidence. Now, clarity is powerful. A lot of people lack confidence because they lack clarity. And I have learned over the years that clarity equals confidence. As soon as you get clear on something, then you become more confident in it and knowing how to do it. And a lot of people lack confidence in their craft, lack confidence in their message, and lack confidence in their marketing because they're lacking clarity in all those things. But as soon as you can get clear on something, your confidence comes way up. So clarity equals confidence. Clarity plus confidence equals clients. Justin Kaplan Pro said that. Feel free to quote me. All right. I'm going to say it again. You may want to write this down if you're taking notes. Clarity equals confidence. Clarity plus confidence equals clients. As soon as you get clear and you get confident, that's when you start attracting clients. Okay. Now, clarity for me is powerful. And clarity is the reason why I am who I am and why I teach the way I teach. The way I teach live, the way I teach one-on-ones with my clients, the way I teach group programs, the way I teach masterclasses, the way I speak on stage. My mission is to provide clarity, and I'm very good at this. It's a gifting that God has given me. I'm very good at taking tough subjects and breaking them down in a very simple process. Feel free to put agree in the chat stream if you agree with that. My mission has always to be like, let me tackle tackle the tough subjects that people are afraid to talk about. Let me tackle the tough subjects that most people are confused about. Let me tackle the things that just get watered down and brushed over. I want to take the tough subjects and I want to break them down into as simple process as possible so that when you're done listening to me, you're like, yeah, finally, I get it. I understand what that means, and I understand what I need to do with it. All right, that's my mission. That's why I say my mission every single day when I do a live broadcast is I want to get you thinking differently, acting differently, and believing differently than you would have if you had not otherwise come in and joined in this broadcast. So clarity is big. So if I can give you clarity, what does clarity offset? Clarity offsets overwhelm. Clarity offsets frustration. Clarity offsets confusion. Clarity can offset lack of belief and doubt. Clarity can offset discouragement, because what happens when you get clear on something? Like, think about that. Think about how you feel. Think about when you have been super frustrated with something for a long time. You've been trying to figure something out. You're irritated. You're burnt out. You're over it. You're done. And then all of a sudden the answer is right there. And you get the answer. And you're like, oh, thank the Lord. I finally know what I need to do here, right? And what does that do? It re-inspires. It reinvigorates. A lot of that negative emotion wastes away. Now, not completely with everybody. Depends on the level. Depends on the level of frustration, the level of overwhelm, the level of burnout that you have. How long have you been trying, right? So while that may reinvigorate for others, there may still be some doubt. Be like, well, that's good, that's helpful, but I don't know. I've tried a lot of things, and I don't know. This one may not work for me. All right, there's still doubt there. We got a doubt. We got a doubt problem. So while the clarity offset a bunch of them, maybe it didn't offset all of them. So for some cases, all I need to do with you guys to get you to get on the phone and call me and say, Justin, I want to hire you, is just to give you clarity. And I know that that's true because that's what a lot of people tell me. Justin, I just needed clarity. You gave me such clarity today. Can we get on the phone call? I need to figure out how you can help me get this business started because I finally cleared out. I've got the noise out of my head. Absolutely. Let's go. So for some of you, today, all I need to do is give you clarity, and as soon as you have clarity, you have what you need. But for some of you, you're a little deeper than that. Clarity's not enough, all right? So that's where I go to vision. Vision's powerful. The Bible says without a vision, people perish, and I believe that absolutely applies to business as well. If you don't have a vision for who you can be and where you can go, the likelihood of you getting anywhere near that is slim to none. You have to have a vision for what's possible for you. A lot of people lack vision. Vision is different than clarity. Clarity is how. Vision is, what am I doing? Clarity is, how am I going to do it? Vision is, where am I going? What's really possible for me? Clarity is a belief system tied to an emotion, tied to a focus point where you know where you're going and that you believe that it's possible and you're willing to work for it. So I cast vision a lot. That's why I'm an idea person. That's why I'm very much an idea person. I'm an idea person on purpose. Just like I create my content to give clarity, I also give a lot of ideas and I share a lot of examples in my content. That's why I ask for feedback when I'm talking to you guys live. Those guys that choose to join me live is because I ask questions and I want to have you give me feedback, because I can be like, oh yeah, Celia, guess what? And we can talk about Celia and I can give her ideas and I can use her as an example. She'd be like, whoa. And any guys have ever had anybody that has ever had a one-on-one phone call with me? It's a vision party. That's what it is, right? I mean, if you have a one-on-one with me, what do? I pour into you. All right, this is what we do. This is how we do it. Do you realize what's possible for you? Do you realize where you could go? Do you realize that if you just do this, and this is where you could be? If we just eliminate that and focus on this, you could bring this so much higher. And so I'm a vision caster, very, very much cast vision, and that's a gifting that I have. So vision is powerful. Vision offsets lack of belief. Vision offsets doubt. Vision offsets discouragement. Vision can offset the feeling of lack of results, right? Vision can offset fear. It can offset frustration. Vision can offset a lot of these things. For those of you that, for those of you that I give you clarity and you're good, you're awesome. But then some of you guys are like, clarity's nice, but that's not quite enough because I'm just really tired. Then for you, I need to work on vision. I need to work on vision. I need to reinvigorate the vision for why you're doing what you're doing. And then as soon as your vision gets reignited and your why comes right along with it, then you're like, Yes, I know why I'm doing this. I'm ready to go again. I'm ready to do it. Now I've got clarity and I'm reigniting my vision. I'm ready to go. So vision is a positive trigger. The third one is confidence. Confidence comes with clarity. So confidence is a little bit more of it takes a little more working. I got to work on that. And I got to help people overcome stuff. But there's certain things that are in the way that cause people to lack confidence. And usually it has to do with their brain, which is why I do a lot of conversations about mindset. The past couple weeks, I've talked about poverty mentality, lack mentality. I did a manager versus the investor conversation. I've done a lot of broadcasts over the past couple weeks about mindset. If anybody in here watching this is struggling with your brain, go back through my replays for the past couple of weeks. I've done spiritual broadcasts on the power of renewing your mind based off Romans 12. I've done a variety of them, but if you're struggling with your mind, go watch some of my mindset broadcasts, and that'll shift you out of that mode of thinking the same thoughts that have drugged you into the hole that you're in right now. So clarity, vision, and confidence are my three, and those are triggers. All three of those are positive triggers, and all three of those offset every negative emotion that my audience may be feeling. Do you see that? It's powerful, y'all, all right? So going back to the very beginning, what do I want to focus on? What do I really want to teach, and what do I want to sell right now? What's timely, what's relevant? Who needs this? And then based upon who needs this, where are they at? What are they dealing with? What are they frustrated by? What are they struggling with? And then once I understand all of their negative emotions, then I say, all right, this is what my focus needs to be right now. I need to focus on establishing clarity, instilling vision, and building confidence. Because if I know if I can give clarity, vision, and confidence, it's going to offset all those negative emotions. And those people are going to be inspired to move forward because they got the junk out of the way. Going back to my quote of the day, how you sell matters, what you sell matters, but how your customers feel when they engage with you is what trumps everything else. I'm going to say that again. How your customers feel when they engage with you is what trumps everything else. Purchase decisions are driven by feelings. There's another great quote, I can't remember who says it. It says, people will forget what you say, people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Do you guys agree with that? I 1000% agree with that. The people that I have made investments in, the people that I've connected to, the people I look up to, and the people that I've hung around with for a long time when a lot of other people have fallen away is because it's how they make me feel when I'm with them. It's how they make me feel when I watch their content. It's how they make me feel when I read their book, when I go to their seminar, when I am a part of their masterclass. It's how they make me feel. It's what they do to me. It's like a light switch that flips on in me that those certain people, man, they just have the ability to just turn on my senses, and I can be so much more productive after I had some time with that person. I want to be that person for my audience, and I am that person for my clients. I think you guys would all agree with that. Like I've had people that are like, they'll send me a message, Justin, I need to get on your schedule. I need some Justin time, because they need a pick me up. They need some focus. They need some conversation. They need some confidence. They need some clarity. They need some vision. They need some conversation. They need to get some noise out of the way, right? So what do you want to be for your audience? This is not a matter of, when you say your emotional triggers, when I'm talking about designing an emotional trigger, this is not simply a matter of, all right, Justin, well, tell me how to write a great post. Tell me how to do a great live video. It's bigger than that, y'all. This is who you are. Your content has to become who you are. It's not just a matter of how can I string together a great series of posts and do this and say this here and post this here, and I'm going to turn a Facebook interaction into a paying client. If you were hoping for the easy way out, you're in the wrong broadcast, because I don't do shortcuts. I teach you the fundamental principles of what it takes to be successful long term, what it takes to be sustainable long term. If you're looking for a magic pill and a shortcut, surprise, spoiler alert, the magic pill is the process. The process that you have to go through to show people who you really are. The problem is a lot of people lack clarity on who they really are and who they really want to be, especially for their audience. So those three things, hopefully I just gently walked you up to the front door of the opportunities you have waiting in front of you, because you realize, you know what? I need to be someone who brings clarity. I need to be a visionary. I need to be someone who instills confidence. I've been just jumping on the bandwagon of the topics of the day and the conversation of the day, and not really being a voice in the market, not really being someone who operates with conviction, someone who comes out and really shares and provides the substance that people are really looking for. Because I think, would y'all agree with me? I think we're all getting to the point, all of us are getting to the point where we can sniff out surface, shallow connections. Agree? Give me an agree in the chat stream. It's just certain people that, I've been dropping friends off my Facebook page like flies. No. Done. Not who I thought you were. Done. Out. Nope. Not listening to that. Done. Don't want to see that. Out. Dropping them. Unfollow. I've been rolling through Facebook like an unfollow freight train. Just dropping people off my list. Because I'm looking for genuine, meaningful connections. Genuine, meaningful connections. And I think our audience is the same. So I wonder if you're just another megaphone on their social media list that's shouting along with everybody else. Or are you doing something that's really drawing them to you? This is where you're designing those emotional triggers is crucial, not only to your marketing, but to your brand. That's who you are. That's what people think of you and know of you as. My audience, my clients know that I'm a visionary. They know that I'm someone that's going to make you feel more confident than you've ever been before. You know that I'm an idea person. I'm an inspirer. I'm a motivator. You know that an hour on the phone with me is going to change your week. Absolutely will change your week. And that's my desire, is to be a game changer for you every single time we have an interaction. That's important. Designing your emotional triggers is not just a matter of your content strategy. It's a matter of your branding, okay? So, designing your emotional triggers is step 4. That's important. Number 5, the last one I'm going to give you today is design a valuable hook. Design a valuable hook. All right, so just a quick recap. We've narrowed our focus. We know what we want to focus on. So let's say I want to focus on content strategy and sales. That's going to be my focus point right now. I know who needs this. People that need this are content creators who need help marketing and selling their signature programs and services. So I know what I want to focus on. I know who needs it. So what I could offer is I could offer a Monetize Your Mind masterclass. I could, if I say, you know what, I got this. I've got these people. I've got this focus area. What do they need? I've created a great program called Monetize Your Mind. Why don't I lead them to Monetize Your Mind? So I know where I'm trying to get people to. Okay? So I know what their frustrations are. I know what my emotional triggers are. Clarity, vision, and confidence. A lot of people will get clarity, they'll get vision, and they'll be confident, but now they're like, all right. Because usually what happens, this is what happens. Let me just bring this up. If you, I'm going to say execute for lack of better words. If you execute your emotional trigger effectively, like your emotional triggers work, what happens is the people where the triggers landed and effectively impacted them, they're going to want a next step. Because that's what happens, right? Y'all agree with that? Like, if you've been frustrated, overwhelmed, irritated, lack of belief, doubt, fear, confusion, burnout, discouraged, all the things, if that's you, if that's where you've been, and all of a sudden you got clarity, you got vision, and now you're confident, and all of those negative emotions have washed away when they've been reset with positive triggers, now you're like, what do I do now? What's the next step that I take? Am I correct in that? That's a natural emotion. As soon as you're brought out of a negative hole, there's a positive emotion to it. If you've been in debt, or you've got more bills than you know what to do with, and all of a sudden you get a chunk of money, what happens? All the negative feelings go away, and you've got money, and now you're like, what is my next step? Where do I go from here? Right? So that's the same thing. So positive triggers work like a deposit into the bank account where it offsets the negative balance and it gives them positive. And as soon as they got a positive, the first thing is, what do I pay first? Where do I go now? Right? So it shifts you into wanting a next step. So this is where step 5 comes in. Step 5 is you have to design a valuable hook, and your valuable hook is a next step. All right. Thank you, Novika. I appreciate you. All right. And that's the thing. I'll read Novika's comment because a lot of you guys can't see it. Novika says, "This is so good, Justin. Your hook is amazing. I see your whole strategy in play, but what is selling is your genuineness and your confidence," right? So no surprise, I have things for sale. I have coaching that I offer. I have Inner Circle. I have one-on-ones, and I have a Monetize Your Mind program that's amazing, right? I have all these things, but I'm not selling anything right now. I mean, do you guys feel like you're being sold to right now? No, I'm not selling. I'm teaching you. I'm providing value. I'm leading you. I'm being genuine. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Genuine and confidence. Because one of the things that makes me magnetic and one of the things that draws people to what I sell is because I'm believable. Would you all agree with that? I'm believable. When you listen to me, you're like, I believe him. Like, I believe that he knows what I'm doing. I believe that he knows what he's doing. I believe he could help me, right? So I instill confidence by projecting confidence, right? Projecting confidence is so important. I don't want to get off the topic, but thank you, Novak. I loved your comment, okay? So designing a valuable hook, again, if you effectively land your triggers, it'll offset their negative emotions that they've been wrestling with for Lord knows how long. And as soon as you have a positive wave of emotion, it's natural to want a next step, right? Where do I go? What do I do now? That's where you have to be ready with a valuable next step. That's where you have to lead them to, this is where you go from here. All right? So a valuable next step could be, listen, y'all, I want you to go to JustinCapandPro.com/apply. And if you would like to register for a free strategy call with me, you know what? Let's just do this. I actually wasn't planning on doing this today. I had something else in my mind, but this is a good way to do it. If anybody's like, Justin, I need help figuring this out. You have completely inspired me to realize that my content strategy is all wrong, and I want to have a strategy call with you. I'm going to tee up free strategy calls for anybody that's interested. Go to JustinCapandPro.com/apply. And there's a brief application. I want you to take some time to fill out that application. If I get that application from you, I'll reach out to you. We'll spend some time chatting on the phone. Free strategy call. That's a valuable hook. That's one example. A valuable hook could be maybe you're going to have them join a challenge. So maybe I have a 7-day challenge come up, which I actually don't right now. But if I did, let's say I had a 7-day challenge coming up, I'd be like, guys, listen, a great next step for you right now is, if this is helpful for you, is I would love for you to join my Monetize Your Mind challenge. And I could put you in that. A valuable hook could be, listen, I want you to download this. Go to my website, go to free resources and download. And this is actually true. You can go to my website or my mobile app. Under free resources, there's something there called Your Signature Offer. And it's a free document. You can download it and it'll help you outline your signature offer. If you're not really sure what you could be selling right now, that would be a great free resource for you to go download and you can work through. And it's I can't remember how many pages it is, but it's a workbook that helps you walk through developing your own signature offer to create something for sale. So those are all hooks. A hook could simply be, listen, that's all systems. So I've got an application process on my website. If you want to register for a call, I've got 7-day challenges I could lead you into. That's a hook. I got free resources on my website where I'm going to capture your email, download a thing, and I'll check in with you to see how you're doing with it. That's a hook. Or you can do real simple, because hooks can also be real simple. So if I've offset all these negative emotions, I've inspired you, you're excited, you're ready to go, and you want to take a next step, I can be like, listen, I feel like there's some people in this room that are watching me live right now that could really, really use a phone call. I've been talking a lot about how effective and how invaluable my phone calls are. If you are interested, I want to eliminate your ability to procrastinate. I want to eliminate your ability to talk yourself out of it. I want to eliminate your ability to put this off any longer. If you are interested and have a free phone call with me, all I want you to do is put your email in the chat stream. And the reason why I ask for your email is because I have found over the years and years that I've been doing this that most people really struggle to take action. So I'm going to challenge your ability to struggle to take action, and I'm going to have you take action right now. If you want to have a phone call with me, put your email in the chat stream. I will reach out to you directly, and we'll schedule time to chat on the phone. That's a hook. You could simply say, listen, I want to add you to my private group and I want to set up a one-on-one from there. If you're interested in being a part of my private group, put I'm in the chat stream on Facebook and I will plug you into my group and we'll set up that time to chat. You could do it that way as well. I just shared like 5 or 6 different examples of the way you can do simple hooks, technology hooks, challenge hooks, group hooks, phone call hooks, right? But every one of those is simply a valuable next step. A powerful, valuable next step. Does that make sense? Put yes in the chat stream if that makes sense. All right. So designing your valuable hook is simply recognizing that if you are going to focus in on one particular area, you're going to attract people that are feeling a certain kind of way. They're going to be dealing with some emotions. Okay. So how do I want to offset those emotions with these triggers? Once I establish these triggers, then once I establish these triggers, then I know that once these people get triggered positively and the emotions shift positively, in that moment, right then, they're ready for a next step. Now, I want to be clear on this. Humans are fickle creatures, aren't we? We're fickle. One of the most challenging and frustrating things about being a business owner is that you have to deal with humans, because humans are fickle and emotions can wave up and they can disappear really fast. The attention span of your audience is so short. This is why it's so important to have these things planned out and mapped out, to know what you're going to do and when and how, because you've only got one shot. You really do only got one shot. You'll lose it. And a lot of people, this is the thing. A lot of you are great content creators, spectacular content creators, tons of value, great delivery. You're sharing great information. The problem is your process afterwards. You don't have a process. You might not have a hook. You might not have a location. You might not have a way. And so what's or you're too vague. That could just simply be it too. It could just be that you're too vague. So it could be you go through, you share all this great information, and then get to the end, you're like, well, thanks so much for joining me, guys. If you're interested and talking to me, I'd be happy to talk to you. You can check out my website, or just reach out to me. I'm always here to help, and it'd be my pleasure. It'd be my pleasure to chat with you. So have a great day, and I hope you see you later. And then you hang up. And what are they doing? They already left. But then if you do this, you're like, all right, guys, listen, I believe this was helpful for you today. And I hope it made the impact that I designed it to, because I really, really created this content with you in mind. I really, really wanted to be helpful for you today. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away 3 free strategy calls. Just 3. The first 3 people that go to my website, justincapandpro.com/apply, and submit that application. The first 3 applications that I get, I'm going to register you for a free strategy call. I usually charge $200 for a strategy call. The first 3 applications that I receive, I'm going to give you one for free. Only 3. And the reason why I'm limiting it to 3, because I'm going to challenge your ability to procrastinate, because I know if this is an open-ended offer, you'll wait and you'll put it off. So I'm going to challenge you to do it right now. If you need that, go do it right now. JustinCapandPro.com/apply and fill that thing out. Go. There has to be urgency. There has to be a push. Vice versa. I could also say the email thing. I say, you know what? I'm going to challenge your ability to procrastinate. So the first 5 people that give me their email, I'm gonna blank, right? You want to tell them what you want them to do. Tell them what their next step is. Tell them where you want them to go. If people sit and listen to your entire broadcast and they get to the end, you've hooked them already. They're hooked them with your content. I've hooked you with my content today because it's helpful. It's valuable. You want all of it. You don't want to miss anything, right? So I'm done. That's what I've given you today. 3 key steps. Define your emotional pain points. Number 4, design your emotional trigger. Number 5 is design a valuable hook. Those 3 things are crucial to this process. So this is your homework for today. Your homework for today is think about those 3 key points. You got to do it. If you missed yesterday's broadcast and you haven't done yesterday's work, you got 5 things to work on, right? So what are you going to focus on right now in the season? Who needs that? Number 3 is define their emotional pain points. Number 4 is design your emotional triggers. And number 5 is design a valuable hook. A hook does not have to be complicated. It just has to be effective, and it has to be valuable. I didn't say design a hook. I said design a valuable hook. It has to be something that people want. has to be something that directly aligns with what you're talking about right now. So designing a valuable hook. Number 5. That's what I got for you today, guys. Just a quick reminder, if you don't have it already, I have a Justin Kaplan Pro app that is free in your app store if you would like to grab it. And that's where all my notes of my conversations. You feel like you're stealing, Novika. Oh, you're awesome. I appreciate that. That's a funny statement. So guys, go to my app, go to the app store. If you got Apple, it's in there. If you got Google Play, it's in there. Look up Justin Kaplan Pro. You can download my app. It's free. If you go into my app, you'll see training library. Go into training library, and right at the top, this broadcast and yesterday's broadcast are in there. And if you click on those, all my notes for the conversation for today are right in there, where you can grab a hold of those and review those and quickly access the notes that I have for you for today. All right, so that's what I got for you. Join me right back here tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'll be giving you the conclusion of this topic with the last 3 steps in the client conversion formula. Join me there. Appreciate you. If you found this valuable, I would love for you to share it out. If you're watching me on YouTube, y'all give me a like and give me a subscribe. I'd love for you guys to be following me on YouTube. Have a beautiful day. Do your thing. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent. And I will see you guys all around the web. All right. Take care and God bless.